Hey guys, how are we today? I have Selena back with me. So for this week, I wanted to touch upon how to Dutch braid. So I'm sure a lot of you have either heard of it or have heard of French braiding. The Dutch braid is the more popped up braid. A lot of people use it when they cornrow. I personally love it because it gives it a little bit more texture and style, and it gives it more of a tighter wave when you take it out. That's one of my favorite things to do when I'm feeling lazy, is braid my hair and then let it flow, put some texture spray in it to give it a little bit of life. So I did want to go over that. Her hair is wet. You can do it dry, but when you do it wet, it's going to dry and give it a little bit more of a tighter wave. The only thing about doing it wet is you want to make sure that you put in some nice moisture cream and oil. So you want to prep the hair that way. And you also don't want to tug on the hair so much because, again, you're not supposed to put your hair up tightly in hair ties and such when it's wet, because the hair stretches. As you know, when you get a haircut, when you cut it and you dry it, it shrinks up a little bit. Same thing with this, only you're going to cause more stress and tension on the hair when it is wet. But again, each way you would like it, wet or dry. So I am going to start with a fine tooth comb with a rat tail, and I'm going to part her hair down the center. You can also, if you want, do side parts as well. I always like the middle part because it gives it more of a statement and it's more symmetrical. So I am going to split that all the way down the middle. And to help us out, you can either tie one side or you can just clip it so it's not in your way. And just clip that right out of the way. So this is also perfect because she does have a lot of layers and angles going on in the front. So this will be good to show how to combat that so it's not sticking out for you. So let's get started. Okay guys, so just to start, her hair is starting to dry a little bit. So I did grab some texture gloss, which is gel, or you can use a little bit of oil, rub it in your hands like lotion, and kind of just brush through the hair like this. So depending on what look you're going for, the smaller the sections, the more intricate the braid is, or the more bigger is the more looser. So I'm gonna go kind of medium just to show you. Perfect. And you're just gonna wanna take a section just like that and just take it out, just like this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take 2 fingers and you're just going to split this section just like that. So it creates 3 sections just like that. So the whole thing with braiding is just knowing your handwork and your hand movement. And with this Dutch braid, you're going to go always under. So in a traditional braid, you would have your 3 strands, 1, 2, and 3, and you're going to start by weaving it under, just like this, pulling it to the side, and just like that. So I created my first crossover. So this is where you're going to start to marry in the hair. So I have nails, but if you don't have nails, you can always try to work with the comb. So you're just going to take a little bit of a subsection right here and toss it into the other finger. And you can keep the comb handy as well to comb the hair out of the way. And then you're going to marry these 2 pieces together, make sure it's nice and smooth. And then you're going to go under just like you have been. So now that you started the pattern, you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you're going to take a little bit of a section. And she has a little bit of baby hairs, so you can either work with it where you can have them still out, or if you wanted, you can take a little bit of the gel. I can show you guys. Put it on your workstation. Get a little bit in your finger. Make sure you rub it around so it's not goopy. And you're going to just smooth the hair. So once you have had that all smoothed with the gel, you're going to put it under, and then you're just going to keep up with this pattern all the way around. So I am just going to use my nail just because for me it's easier, but again, you can still use the comb. And you always want to run your fingers through this so you can keep that strand nice and smooth. So again, you're just going to marry it under, and you are going to go all the way down, and you just want to be conscious of taking the same size subsections all the way down, because if you don't, that's when the braid is going to get all sloppy. And I'm just gelling this back. And we do not like sloppy braids unless it's the look we're going for, but not here, not today. So I am just going to head all the way down the head, and I will meet you guys at the bottom. Okay, so now that I had reached the bottom half of the head, I was going to show you guys how to tuck under either layers or angles that may pop out, but hers has not, so that's pretty cool. But on the other side, I will try to show you that technique because I know a lot of people don't always have the same length of hair. Another important thing with braiding is always keeping the tension. And obviously I am showing this on another person versus doing it on yourself, which is a totally different ball game. But that is something that had helped me learning how to braid, was doing it on when I was little on like my dolls, and then I started doing it on family members, and then that's when I started to attempt it myself. Once you get the flow of your hand movements and understanding how to marry in the pieces and how to start the braid, everything falls into place. So you can see that this is looking super cute. I love braiding. You can get so many different types of styles out of this, especially if you're a person that doesn't like to wash your hair every day. This is another great tool to use. So you can get fabulous hair for like a week. So this is awesome. And these parts are crucial at the bottom. That's why I said it's very important to keep the same size subsections all the way down, because if you take too big of ones, that's where you're going to get that sag at the bottom. So let's say, you know, if I grabbed all of this, that'll kind of sag. So I'll want to split this up, and it's fine. And when you get to this point, you're like, oh, I just want to be done. We are almost done, but you just want to take smaller sections just so you won't get that droopy droop at the bottom. But I am going to finish out this side, and then I am going to show you how to start the other side, and then we'll get that finished look. And here is one other tip. When you are getting to the bottom, I suggest you just brush out the ends. That's also going to give it a cleaner wave when you are taking it out, and a cleaner braid while it is in, so you aren't getting that frizzy flyaway look. So here we go. I was hoping that I was going to get a layer or two to pop out, but her hair is behaving. We love that. So here is this side all finished. There are a few finishing touches I will show at the end, but I did want to show starting the other side again. So we're going to start off with smoothing the hair out with the fine tooth comb again. Make sure it's all worked through. And get a little bit more gel. Work it through. And then we're going to take that fine tooth comb again, take the same size subsection as we did on the other side, and then we're going to grab our 2 fingers, split that into 3s, And then once we do that, that's when we are going to create the braid. So we're going to take the farthest one out, marry it under, bring the middle over to the side, and then we're going to bring the other farthest one out, marry that under, and put the middle one to the side. So now that this is started right here, we can start to take those subsections. So I just want to show you, so if something were to pop out, a layer, anything of the sort, what you're going to want to do is when you're marrying other hair in the strand that's popping up, let's say it's this little strand that's popping up and we're putting these two together, you're going to want to put this, since this is more hair, it's heavier, over that strand, kind of bury it and hide it. And then it does help that it's a Dutch braid. Since we go under, we are hiding that already. And I'll show you guys this again on this side. We're going to take that and we're going to bury this one with this. And we're just kind of putting that small strand underneath and then marrying that under. So we're basically hiding the imperfections, if you will. We're hiding the hair that's being naughty and wanting to stick out, and we're weighing it down. And we're just tucking it in. Referring back to that sleeked pony video, when I was putting that strand of hair with the bobby pin and tucking it in the ponytail, that's another similar concept of going back into the style and hiding it. So we're creating that illusion that either, you know, the hair is, you know, perfectly no hair tie, or it's all one length, where you're not going to have any flyaways or stick-ups. So I'm going to keep up with taking the similar subsections all the way down the head, and I will show you guys the finished look with a couple finishing touches in just a moment. So now I have finished both sides of the braid. So you can see it looks a little spacey between the subsections. So you're going to want to take your fine tooth comb again, and you're just going to want to brush it up. It's the same effect as it pulling it out. It's making it more cohesive, and you're going to want to do it on the inside too. I'm going to do it on both sides. Let me just whip her around. Perfect. And then you'll see this just disappear. And then if you want, you can grab your moisture cream or an oil and go over it so there's no flyaways. But this is the finished style. Thank you for watching, guys. Please subscribe and comment and all those fun things on Instagram, YouTube. A link is in my bio for that. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Thank you. Much love.